great drama is unfolding in the bamboo groves of Ma Andi district of Yunnan province. Before long, this place will be the realm of millions of butterflies. For 7 years running, Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Xuesong from the Southwest University of Forestry have been following closely the sudden explosion in the population of a particular butterfly known as jungle queen. A couple of days ago, a report came in that some from the species had appeared in a bamboo grove 900 meters above sea level. The annual population explosion seemed to be happening earlier than in the past.
走了啊，我准备好了啊，好吧，咱们走了，走，出发。
7 hours later, their off-road vehicle has arrived at Ma Andi.
我第一次看见蝴蝶多是这样的，像这个弯了嘛，一转过去，突然一堆在前面，就是嘛，一过去就到这，哎，一下飞起来的，给你惊呆掉了，哦，就飞起来了。 成千上万。
A couple of days ago, the first group of this butterfly was observed in this bamboo grove. Today, the two scientists are setting out to find them. After hatching, the first thing they need is food. Where there is food, there they will be attracted. Yellow creatures are flying everywhere in the valley, and their numbers are still growing. Almost all butterflies love muddy places like this because they cannot chew. Instead, they use their straw-like mouths to suck in water. This is the only way they can replenish the salts in their bodies. The first batch have been discovered, and they are practically all male. Their wings are still tender and fresh, which indicate they're newly hatched. The first group in this valley numbers about 1,000. Compared with before, this is only setting the stage. The real explosion has yet to happen. Millions of butterflies converging in one place is an amazing natural phenomenon. Far away on the other side of the world in the mountains of central Mexico, millions of monarch butterflies arrive punctually each year. It took people 100 years to figure out exactly why. After a long migration spanning several thousand kilometers, they stay here to rest for winter. But why does the jungle queen converge here when they do not migrate? What is the reason behind such a gathering? Although having received no formal training in lepidopterology or the study of butterflies, Liu Jiazhu is a fanatic about these winged creatures. To locate rare species, he's travelled extensively in China's southwestern area. It all began 13 years ago when he saw the jungle queen converge in a similar scene to this. Little is known about this species except for their appearance. Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Xuesong are pretty sure these creatures have made bamboo groves their home for generations, and that after hatching in summer, they begin to breed. Oddly, however, this species is also seen in other parts of Yunnan. But this is the only place where the population explodes in such great numbers each year. A large area of bamboo may contain hundreds of thousands of butterflies during such a period. Right now, they're in chrysalis form, lurking somewhere and waiting for the right moment to break free. If they can be located, then the timing of such an explosion can be forecasted. But finding them is a very difficult job. It takes experience and a keen set of eyes.
它这个蛹呢，刚变成蛹的时候，相当透明，就像那个意识一样的。它跟那个竹叶那个颜色呢，基本是一致的。它隐藏的还是挺好的。它那天敌挺多呢，很多人在盯着，很多家伙在盯着它呢。比方说那个寄生蜂是比它狡猾的，这个时候呢发现它了，可能就要寄生它了。它唯一的办法，一上去了，扭动三七，把它甩掉。 就是它的本能的动作，只有这么个动作。如果它甩不掉的，它就完了。那这个蛹只要一被寄生了，就宣布它就死亡掉了。
The pupa stage lasts for about 20 days. A mature pupa shows a distinctive wing pattern. Liu Jiazhu believes that most chrysalises will hatch within just 1 or 2 days. This caterpillar has just begun forming its cocoon. In 2 days it will be a pupa. Even in the same grove, pupae reach maturity at different points, which may span up to a period of 2 months. An explosion will occur in the middle of this cycle and last for some 20-odd days. However, these 20 days are the most important of their transformation. So, to scientists, such an event is the best time to observe this mysterious creature. As Ma Andi borders Vietnam in a remote area, the jungle queen used to be little known to the outside world.
早上7点钟出发，到了马鞍地，都在10点钟，10点晚上10点以后。这个时候才少。
If the scientists wish to uncover the mystery of the butterfly explosion, it's necessary to first understand their life cycle. Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Shuosong come to this area several times each year to observe during different seasons. After 7 years of follow-up investigation, they feel they are close to an explanation for such an explosion. Usually at this moment in the bamboo groves, only young chrysalises or larvae can be observed. But this year is different.
这片可能这两天这边出来，可能蝴蝶已经开始出来了。
The jungle queen lives in bamboo groves between 900 and 1,500 meters above sea level. According to past experience, the higher the elevation, the later the outburst occurs. A serious drought, which occurred in 2010, interrupted this pattern. Neither Liu Jiazhu nor Zhou Shuosong had a complete picture of their life until 3 years ago. Over the 10 months of larval phase, these creatures feed on the leaves of a particular type of bamboo. But in these 3,000 acres of bamboo grove, just how many jungle queen are there? 2 years ago, Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Shuosong made a calculation. The figure they arrived at was astounding.
我们统计过的样地算出来的这个数量确实太惊人了。那么我们当时不敢想象有这么多的数量，我们把它哪怕砍掉一半，从样地统计的数据来砍掉一半，大概还有上千万只、千万只的这个蝴蝶被羽化出来。
《 Going by such a figure, millions of larvae feast upon the bamboo leaves. Why then does the bamboo not show signs of serious damage? Liu Jiazhu turned his attention to some of the mysterious creatures that call this place home. Caterpillars live enshrouded in mystery until they turn into butterflies or moths, which is when they attract people's attention.
在我们马鞍地这个地方，2个时间，3、4月份，很多昆虫都能看到，起码70%、80%吧。到了就像我们现在这个建环节出来这个时候少了，5、6、7、8月份，大部分就是它的毛毛虫，所以我们现在看到毛毛虫挺多，就是毛毛虫。如果再过2个月，这毛毛虫就变成这个，要么就是蛾子，要么就是蝴蝶了。
It's very difficult to distinguish larva varieties. Although their identity is unknown at this moment, Liu Jiazhu believes that somewhere hidden in this place are a mysterious Lepidoptera group existing in great numbers. Other populations living in this place are smaller. Zhou Shuosong has discovered that in their larval phase, the jungle queen are easily scared. They never leave their group.
依林虫的时候的话呢，它也有一种现象，如果受到惊吓，哪怕是一个重一点的声音或者一个大一点的撞击，这个幼虫的话呢就会从这个竹叶上掉落下来。
To escape from danger, they may rapidly descend to the ground, as seen here, and only return to the shelter of the leaves after the danger has passed. It's an interesting tactic which allows them to gain an edge over other groups. Is this an instinctual tactic? Perhaps. Different sorts of caterpillars prefer different host plants to munch on. The parasite and host plant live in a harmonious relationship where competition for food is avoided. It's pretty rare to find several varieties of butterflies in one area. Yet Ma Andi, host to many, is a surprise to Liu Jiazhu.
我在云南呢采到了，也就是生态照片或者是采到了400多个种。马鞍地这个地方呢，我就采到了220个种。中国有12个科，马鞍地就有11个科。尤其这个地方是少有的，我们说傍晚会蝶，这是1个科2个种，在云南独一无二的只有1个种。 马鞍地这个地方就有。
Ma Andi has an altitude variation of some 3,000 meters. This means there is a diversity of host plants, and this allows for a diversified butterfly population. Not only is it a wonderland for the jungle queen, it's a habitat for many unknown types as well. What Liu Jiazhu has observed is only a fraction of the species that call this area home. There are more living in the primitive forests yet to be discovered. Every 6 days, a street market occurs, attracting residents in the area to make the long-distance trek for what is a social occasion. Not only people, but also butterflies come as well. In the past, thousands of butterflies flew in the air above the market. However, due to shrinking bamboo groves, the thousands of butterflies dancing above the street market has disappeared. According to their observations, the jungle queen explosion will likely happen in a day or two. Early in the morning, Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Xuesong come to the valley. One butterfly is seen basking in the sunlight, waiting for his body temperature to rise before he takes flight. A morning like this is perfect for hatching. If they're lucky, they may get a chance to observe how it happens. After hatching, a jungle queen has only 20 days to live. The ones they saw the other day are already past their prime, and they're anxiously awaiting females. The hatching may start any second. Patience is needed, as it's very easy to miss. Even in their cocoons, the jungle queen is sensitive to the environment around them. The slightest sign of disturbance may stop their hatching process until they're sure it's safe. Finally, a chrysalis begins to move. The first step is to get out of the cocoon bit by bit. This happens in exactly the same way to each and every one of them. Now he needs to hang his body and spread his wings until he's strong enough to fly. There's no room for even the slightest error, or he will die. Half an hour later, the transformation is complete. Before they take their first flight, they repeat a simple movement, closing and opening their wings every 30 seconds. This is their way of warming up for their first flight. The clear arrow-like lines on their bodies and unique patterns around the eyes proudly show off their kind. For the first time, they can leave their host plant and venture around, and they're eager for it. But then rain suddenly comes. Abrupt changes of weather like this are common in the mountainous microclimates of southern Yunnan. The butterflies must hastily take shelter. Finally, the rain stops. Fresh air is plentiful, But where are the butterflies? Sunshine once again fills the valley. The temperature is slowly rising. The first flight for these little helicopters will begin at any moment. Suddenly, at the entrance to the valley, the yellow creatures can be seen. The first flight of the Jungle Queen has begun. From this moment on, they have just 20 days to mate and lay eggs. The carnival is about to begin, and the party of the year for the Jungle Queen will have millions of participants. Jungle Queen are very sensitive to the rustling of bamboo leaves. It's a precaution that's developed over millions of years of evolution. Over the past 5 months, the rain has been light, delaying the sowing of the rice by a month. Does this have an impact on the Jungle Queen? As yet, it's hard to say. Their follow-up observations prove a fact. The chrysalises this year are smaller than those from previous years. Abnormal weather patterns can weaken chrysalises. Xiong Jiang is a scholar of insect studies. At the moment, he's conducting a survey. Xiong wants to get a complete picture of the insects that call Ma'andi home. Over the past few days, he and his fellow worker Wu Xiaojiang have collected a variety of samples. They're equally curious about the unusual behavior of the Jungle Queen butterfly. Another street market. This time, the Jungle Queen are observed flying in the air. Unlike the caution they exercise in the forest, these creatures become quite relaxed in places where people live. The salty perspiration on a human body can serve as an attractant to them. During their explosion, the Jungle Queen are seen everywhere looking for food. Some get killed on the road or left behind. Many butterfly varieties take pollen as their only food, but the jungle queen is different. It enjoys a wide range of foods, including salt from the wetlands and secretions from other insects. In times of need, they may become scavengers. When thousands of butterflies simultaneously emerge, a food shortage is bound to occur, affecting subsequent generations. However, the jungle queen doesn't face such dire circumstances. Is this related to their unique diet? This place must have something the butterflies love in large quantities. But what is it? Xunjiang decides to conduct an experiment. Salt and brown sugar top the list of candidates. Then comes liquor that is brewed locally, which gives off a scent of fermenting food. The last item is fresh water used for comparison. 4 straw ropes are soaked in these liquids. It's a simple method. The location is inside a fairly open and accessible bamboo grove. To tell the ropes apart, each rope has a piece of cloth with a different color on it. White stands for salt, red for brown sugar, orange for the liquor, and blue for the water. This idea was inspired by a local legend about a famous spring in Yunnan. Beside it, after the butterflies drank their fill, they would hang their bodies there, one after another, on the tree branches. Nothing is simpler or more direct than this method if people want to find out what their favorite food is.
Hao, 现在呢就静静的等着它们，你看，现在已经开始就来了。
Meanwhile, Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Xuesong are looking for their target. 10 days have passed, and the female butterfly should be laying their eggs by now. But the search up to now has been in vain. However, they know one thing for sure. When females lay their eggs, they hang their bodies and keep still on the back of bamboo leaves. During such an explosion, when survival is assured, the #1 priority for the jungle queen is mating. However, there's just one female out of every 5 butterflies hatched, so the males have to fight for a chance to mate. It's common to see a female grabbed for mating even when she's not yet fully hatched. This is in fact a huge risk for both parties. While their wings are soft, they may fall onto the bamboo. This can damage their wings and impair their ability to fly. Liu Jiazhu has locked on a target, but due to the distance, he's not 100% certain. Dozens of eggs are already visible on the leaf. Even so, some male keeps trying to bother the female. When the intruders are forced out, the egg-laying continues. rainstorm is coming. The weather here is quite unpredictable. The rope experiment had just begun, and then it started to rain. No butterfly will be out in the rain, and so this is not an auspicious start. Yet, 3 butterflies have rushed to rope number 3. Things may not be that bad after all. The salty rope has 1 butterfly too. Though not many, it's better than nothing. Around 10 minutes later, rope number 3 has 8 butterflies on it, while the other 3 have none. This is an unexpected result that the salt and sugar ropes proved unpopular. It looks like the liquor rope is their favourite. This butterfly is enjoying a hard-won meal with its straw-like proboscis. It takes several hours to finish egg laying, and this female is not done yet. For a better chance of survival, the female will leave all the eggs on the same leaf. In this way, amid rain and wind, the Jungle Queen has ensured another generation will emerge. The situation at the 4 ropes hasn't changed. Those on the liquor rope are still enjoying their meal. The rain becomes stronger. All Jungle Queen have fled to shelter, as none of them are willing to brave the elements. Even so, the rain may stop as abruptly as it started. The ropes have been thoroughly soaked by the rain, however. With the original substances on them now diluted, the results will be jeopardized. Xiong Jian decides to wait for a sunny day.
我们是第一批去的那地方的，其他没有旧的，没有一挂在那，他肯定这个问题对他来说吸引力就很大，好不好？
Rain after such long drought can easily cause mudslides, creating hazardous road conditions. For several days, the rain arrives at daybreak and finishes at dusk. As evening is the only opportune time for them, Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Shuosong decide to take advantage of it. However, most butterflies are active during the day and rest at night. What about the Jungle Queen? What do they do after a day's hunting for food? They are enshrouded in darkness and almost impossible to spot. A caterpillar is ready to make a cocoon. Compared with others, he's almost a month late. Under his hairy skin is a fidgeting new life. Unlike the 4 molts he's endured before, this one is more dangerous. After pupation, he will be a step closer to becoming a butterfly. The bamboo grove is strange at night. Things that are familiar during the day become alien.
这个虫子，这是什么虫子？挺奇怪的，背还会反光的。你看，这个虫子，哎呀，
这是个角珠，
角珠，
这是咱们滇南的特有的。
This small creature excites them. But where are the thousands of butterflies they saw during the day?
过来，你们看，这晚上还在吃，晚上还吃，它在吸水啊，它在吸水，不停吃，你看。
After a day's work looking for food, do they still eat at night?
哎呦，这里还有，你看嘛，这些晚上嘛，对不对？看到没有？看到没有？这晚上就吸在这个树下面。
More butterflies are found on another tree. Raindrops on moss and juices from the tree trunks are their nightly snacks.
它主要靠什么？它那个嗅觉器官呢，在脚下。它那个脚呢，只要嗅到它那个有吃的东西，它的喙呢就本来的就长出去了。
A sound emerges from above. It's coming from a scarab, a night-prowling creature. The scent from a eucalyptus tree has attracted them.
啊，洗出来这棵树，到时候你把这个灯光照上，你看嘛。
哎呀，太多了。
Butterflies resting on the eucalyptus still suck up water while sleeping. Such efforts serve to prolong their lives. Tonight, in this place overgrown with bamboo, millions of butterflies are feeding while sleeping. The caterpillar is slowly but surely taking off his shell. As this is the most dangerous moment in his life, he chooses to do it at night. His head is out, but to remove the skin, he needs to exert more effort. Hopefully, he has enough strength left. The caterpillar must calculate when to use his strength, or his previous efforts will have been in vain. He exerts his strength in a rhythmic pattern. With a few exaggerated moves, he winds up the procedure. But the hairy shell seems reluctant to separate. He is exhausted and has to accept this reality. Anyway, he's made it to the pupa stage. The daily rains are no more. The butterflies in La Dung village have decreased in number. Xiong Jiang has had to return to Kunming, leaving the unfinished work to Wu Xiaojiang. Again, the 4 ropes are soaked with salt, brown sugar, a liquor mixture, and fresh water. After the rain, Wu Xiaojiang hopes to attract more butterflies. Usually, during such an explosion of butterflies, it's the host plants that will suffer, but not in the bamboo groves of Ma and Di, where millions of the jungle queen larvae are feeding on the lush bamboo leaves. Such a willing supplier of food seems not in the least threatened by such a mob. The 4-rope experiment is working. The liquor and salt ropes are the first to attract diners. A leaf butterfly goes directly to rope number 3. It must be an alcoholic. However, the amount of butterflies is still less than optimal. Is it because of the fog? Is the smell being kept at bay, resulting in the butterflies failing to pick up the scent? Wu Xiaojiang wonders about this question. On a stalk of bamboo, Zhou Shuisong sees a nest of ants. Interestingly, the hunter and hunted often live in such close confines. A female butterfly lays an average of 120 eggs. About 90 of them may survive ant attacks to become larvae in the required 15 days. Then, after devouring their shells, they begin to feed for the first time on bamboo leaves, and their body begins to change color. Larvae will live up to 10 months. During the first 8, they eat very little and grow very slowly. They build a small shelter before the arrival of winter to survive their long dormancy without eating. Only during the following spring does the larva begin to feed on bamboo leaves. By then, the survival rate has dropped to less than 1/10. But this is good news for the grove, as such a number can be sustained. In the summer, the surviving larvae pupate. 20 days after that, they become butterflies, and the annual explosion starts again. After reaching their prime, they quickly enter the final chapter of their lives. The next generation begins life on the bamboo leaves, as does the next and the one after that, and so on. Ma'andi has over 3,000 acres of bamboo. Real primitive bamboo is only found in the center of the grove. It differs from that found on the fringe. The fog has lifted and the butterflies have come to life. Now the rope experiment is showing more promising results. Almost all the butterflies have rushed for rope number 3, mostly perching themselves on its ends. According to Wu Xiaoqiang, the rope ends have absorbed more liquid than their middle parts due to gravity, so the ends are more attractive to the butterflies. Rope number 2, which is soaked with brown sugar, has some visitors as well, but far fewer than the rope soaked in liquor. What the butterflies choose reflects the needs of their bodies. Why then has the liquor-soaked rope proved so popular? Only a lab test plus a comparative study can explain it. To the Jungle Queen, the reason is obvious. The rope reminds them of fermenting food, such as that near human habitation or the smell of decaying bamboo leaves. Obtaining food like this is obviously much easier than a source of honey. It's probably because of such a diet that millions of the Jungle Queen never suffer from food shortages, ensuring that their large population can continue. Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Shuosong are searching for a primitive bamboo grove. Usually, along the edges of a grove, there are trees amongst the bamboo, but this is not the case in the central core. The core is the domain of tall bamboo, too dense for even the wind to penetrate. The secret of the Jungle Queen's population success lies right here.
在马鞍底这个区域里边的话呢，在很早以前，这里全是原始森林。那么这个中华大节族的话呢，在常绿阔叶林当中，它只是零星分布。在破坏我们地表层的这个植被的时候，这个竹子的竹边，就是我们说它的根部是在地底下的，不容易遭到破坏。而这个竹子的生长的话呢是非常快的，它也就是在1年之内就能够成林。那么就造成演替下来的主要是以竹林为主。大面积的这个竹林和大面积的这么样的这个生存环境没有天敌的情况下，那么它的这个生长的话呢，受到的制约因素就比较小，所以很容易形成比较大的规模。
Evolution has provided them with ample host plants. An extensive, suitable living environment and smart survival tactics that differ from that of other species help aid such an explosion. However, more questions remain to be answered. What is the impact of weather on the jungle queen? Who are their natural enemies? And are there any other mysterious species that call this place home? There are many more questions. It seems Liu Jiazhu and Zhou Shuosong are far from the end of their research.